Welcome back to the Pig Trail. We are joined by a very special guest, the newest Razorback commit, Darion Ford. We are also alongside our Hog Hoop insider, Kevin Mcpherson. Darion, first of all, congratulations on your commitment to Arkansas. And I just got to ask, what made you want to play for the Razorback above all the offers that you had?
Thank you for having me. And back to your question, to answer your question, I just had a great bond with the coaches, and it just felt like the right fit for me.
And you said the biggest thing about your commitment, or one of the big pieces, was that player development aspect of it. The fact that Musselman's able to mold these young players into being prepared to play at the next level. What about player development, and what did you see in Eric Musselman's plan that made you want to join?
I just saw when we went up there to the official visit, they had my whole entire the way I played. They had it down in the book and what I need to improve on, what I was very great at, and what they could help me develop. And I just thought that was so amazing. It's like they had everything I needed to do to get me to the next level.
What do you like about Eric Musselman as a coach that really gravitated you to be playing for Arkansas?
I like how he's very interactive with his players on and off the court. He wants them to become great young men, and he wants them to feel like it's home away from home. And I just feel like he can build my character off the court and on the court.
The big piece of this too is that you're going to be wearing your state across your chest, right? You're the 2021 Arkansas Gatorade Player of the Year, two-time champ at Magnolia. What does it mean that you're going to spend your college career representing your home state of Arkansas?
I just want to show people in other states that Arkansas has so much talent, and I want to just represent the state in the very special way that I can and play to the best of my ability.
To see another, a freshman come and do that like Moses Moody and kind of setting that groundwork of what this program can be, especially for young players. Did that influence you at any way to see what a Little Rock product like him did?
It influenced me a lot when I saw the three freshmen on the court that they were the youngest team in the Sweet 16, and they just showed so much passion through adversity. It didn't matter who they were playing against, how far they got down. They were just always staying hungry, and they wanted to win, and everybody was on the same page. It didn't matter about the stats. They just wanted to win and have one goal set, and it was to win the championship.
You said one of your most things that stood out to you was watching practice at at the facilities when you took your visit. What about practice really stood out to you that you were like, "Oh, I really like what they do here"?
How everybody moves. Nobody's just standing around. Everybody's going to be doing something. And the coaches even get into the drills with the players. And the coaches actually, instead of just showing them and not doing anything, they'll show and then they'll show them how to do it also, instead of just showing you need to go right there. They'll actually go right there and the player can see it. They can visualize it better.
And speaking of practice, you've been working out for a while now with an Arkansas legend in Joe Johnson, who's now playing over in the Big Three again, just started up. How has that practice been going with Joe?
I got to work out with Joe Justin twice. I haven't been able to get back up there due to AAU, but the two times that I got to work out with him, I learned so much stuff, and he was just teaching me about how to be in college life. And later on after that, if I could make it possibly go to that point, he would tell me how that life would be. And I just thanked him so much. He gave me so much knowledge and information about the basketball careers of professionalism, and I just thank Joe Johnson, and I just learned so much from him, and I use it into my game this day.
Now let's turn things over to our Hog Hoops insider, Kevin Mcpherson. Kevin, what do you got?
First of all, Darian, congratulations on your commitment today. I know this has been a really a long time coming because your involvement with Arkansas, going back to your first unofficial visit when you could take one a couple of summers ago. But now you're the second in-state player off the board in this 2022 class. Joseph Pinion, the 6'6" wing out of Morrilton, obviously committed back in October. And talk a little bit more about maybe now you guys both as recruiters, because I know Joseph took his unofficial visit while you were on campus for your official visit. Part of that was to, maybe help lure you guys or plant that seed. Not only the coaching staff recruiting you, but now talk about yourself as a potential recruiter for the Hogs.
I just want to do my best job and my best ability to interact to the players that I can get close to and help them see that Arkansas is the place to be. So that's my job, and hopefully I can do the best of my ability.
I was there when you started working out with Joe Johnson. Any future plans now? Because I've also heard that you're shutting it down for grassroots play for the rest of the summer. So do you have any upcoming plans in the near future to get back in the gym with Joe to work on individual stuff?
There's a possibility. I know Joe's with the big three right now,
That's right.
but there's a possibility that I could work out with him again. But right now I'm going to be working out with my father, and we're just going to be training and develop my craft, and I'm going to be spending time with my family.
All right. Two-time 4A state title winner. And of course you've got one more to go. Talk about the really the experience playing in a hometown, Magnolia, and being able to have that kind of success, bringing banners back, and maybe, what your goals are again as a senior.
My goals as a senior, first of all, is to win state championship, but I also want to show that the work that I'm going to be putting in before the season starts, that it shows on the court that I'm ready to play at the next level, wherever that may be, after Arkansas.
All right. And let's talk a little bit about your commitment. I heard you called the coaching staff or did a Zoom with the staff, ended up telling them on Tuesday night, last night, that you wanted to be a Hog. Talk a little bit about the reactions and some of that exchange with Eric Melsman and the staff.
Oh, it was a great experience. We were so welcome. We were so welcome by all the coaches. The whole coaching staff was on the FaceTime call, and my family, it's like it was just one big happy family, and I just love the experience that we got to cherish with each other.
COVID took away the ability to visit, go on even unofficial visits. Coaches couldn't come out to see you. But I mentioned a couple of years ago, you got that unofficial visit in the summer to Arkansas, but you guys did a lot of Zoom, a lot of FaceTime with this staff in the past year. I know there's nothing like quite getting on campus and having that experience, but talk about continuing to build relationships via the Zoom and FaceTime over the past year.
Well, like I said, we did a lot of Zoom meetings, and I talked to Arkansas coaches almost every day of the week, and it's like they show so much interest, and they will always talk about how they could help me and what they could work on with me. And they actually talked to my parents a lot too. Also, they were always concerned about how they were doing, and they also talked to them. And I just felt like it was just family, like it was one big home.
Gotcha. You talked about going to practice, going to Razorback practice. You talked a little bit about that. Who are some of the guys, maybe they're in-state guys, maybe they're newcomers, but what were some of the things as far as players go that maybe caught your eye?
I watched all the players. It's just how fast they move, how everything was so detailed. They pay a lot of attention to detail, and you could just make a lot of plays out of one play. So I just paid a lot of attention to that. And like I said, the coaches are very interactive with the players on and off the court. So I just listened and observed the whole time we were on the visit, and I just loved it.
Let's talk about other players that you might look up to or pattern your game after, if there are any, whether it's college basketball or the NBA. Are there any guys out there that you look at and go, that's kind of my game, or that's something that motivates or inspires me?
I don't really have anybody that I just try to pattern my game after. I want to develop my own style of playing, but I would take anything that I can from players that could help develop my game, but I don't try to pattern my game after anybody.
You have a favorite player?
Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant.
That you can't go wrong with that answer.
No, sir, you can't. A
lot of players would say that. What is it about Darion Ford, by the way, that may not even be basketball related, something that Arkansas fans, now that you're in the Razorback family, that they're going to get to know about you and love about you, maybe something they don't know yet?
I just want them to know that I'm a great person. I don't think too highly of myself, and if they want to talk, I don't want them to ever be afraid to think that I would think that I'm higher than them. I'm a normal person. I just happen to play basketball on the court, and I'll be playing for Arkansas, but I'm just like any other person, and I will socialize if I have to, and I stay out the way if I have to. I just do everything that I'm supposed to do and everything that my mom and dad taught me.
You're going to start racking up W's once you get into the weight room up there? I know that's where you're comfortable.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
Congratulations again, Derrian. Welcome. Thank you for joining us here on Pig Trail Nation for this interview, and look forward to seeing you in the near future. Good luck.
Thank you.
Derrian, I got one more question for you. And I know Kevin kind of talked about some of those players that are going to be joining you at the Hogs. And you said even this is a young squad with a lot of talent. What are your expectations heading into your first season? You mentioned that the March Madness playoff run that Arkansas had. How do you build off that, and where do you want to take this program?
Well, my expectations coming in is to learn everything quickly as possible and make an impact quickly as possible, and just try to soak in all the knowledge that the coaches give me and whatever they want me to do. If they're scoring, playing defense, passing, I'm willing to do it. So those are my expectations first off coming in.
Darion Ford, the newest Arkansas Razorback commitment. Darion, thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.